Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers indicate the week of March 31 April 4 will be an explosive one. The soap's promo video was just released, and it hints at chaos, drama, and bad news in the aftermath of Rick Lansing's, Rick Hurst, and Elizabeth Baldwin's, Rebecca Herbst, car crash. Of course, this is all thanks to an unhinged Kristina Davis, Kate Mansi, making a very poor life decision. After a heated encounter with Ava Jerome, Maura West, at her new apartment during the Friday, March 28 episode, Kristina decided to take action. While in the parking garage, Kristina decided to cut the brakes on Ava's vehicle. Except it wasn't Ava's car, it was Rick's, parked in Ava's spot at the complex. Kristina had been talking about stopping Ava multiple times during the week of March 24 to 28. After all, Kristina found Ava taunting her father, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, while he was having a heart attack instead of helping him by giving him his meds. Ava also made light of Kristina's Metro Court pool fall, the very accident in which she lost her baby in, and the fact that her brother, Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, was dealing with third-degree burns. Ava has been acting like a despicable human towards Sonny and Kristina as of late, but this doesn't excuse Kristina's actions. Once again, Kristina did something on an impulse, and it will have negative repercussions that create a massive ripple effect within the land of Port Charles. There's a good chance that Elizabeth will walk away okay from all this. However, it looks like even if Rick survives the accident, he'll have neck and spinal cord issues, which could have devastating impacts on his mobility moving forward. Will he become paralyzed and wheelchair-bound? This is a likely possibility. Sadly, there's even a good chance that Rick could lose his life. After all, he called a truce with Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Graham, last week, which had fans feeling as if disaster was on the horizon for the character. Still, another interesting part of last week was the fact that Kristina also made amends with Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, as the two estranged sisters decided it was time to forge a friendship once again. It's hard not to think that Rick could pass away, leaving Kristina with a tremendous amount of guilt and a secret she's desperate to keep under wraps. One person who could become an accomplice in this is Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson. After all, during the March 28 episode, Kristina showed up at Charlie's looking rattled and mentioned she had made a mistake, then hurried off to make things right. Of course, Lucky took off right after her. In fact, Lucky is also seen at the car crash crime in the General Hospital preview, screaming Elizabeth's name as paramedics try to keep him away. It wouldn't take long for Lucky to put two and two together about what Kristina had done. With that said, if Liz ends up okay, will Lucky step forward and tell the authorities what he knows? Whether Rick ends up living or passes away, Lucky will be at the hospital for Liz and see how Kristina is there for Molly during her difficult time. Lucky also knows that Molly has been through a lot as of late, losing her baby, ending her long-time relationship with TJ Ashford, Taj Bello, losing her sister Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, and now this. Considering how devastated Molly will be to learn that her sister is the reason her dad is gone, or in a wheelchair indefinitely, will Lucky decide to keep quiet? Finding out about Kristina's stupid move might be the last thing Molly needs on her plate. General Hospital spoilers imply things are about to get very messy in both Kristina and Lucky's lives, as they attempt to keep Kristina's role in Rick and Liz's car accident quiet. Liz will want justice for what happened to her and Rick, so if and when the truth comes out, this could also cause friction in her romantic reunion with Lucky. Port Charles is about to be rocked by a shocking crime, and Lucky Spencer finds himself pulled into a dangerous cover-up that could change his life forever. The past, family loyalty, and a desperate bid for survival collide in this explosive storyline. A night that changes everything. Kristina Davis never intended to kill anyone. One minute, she was defending herself. The next, she was standing over a lifeless body, her hands trembling, her breath coming in short gasps. It was supposed to be a simple meeting, an attempt to put an end to months of harassment from a shady businessman, Marcus Devlin, who had been blackmailing her over a mistake from her past. But when he got too aggressive, when his threats turned into something far worse, Kristina fought back. And now he was dead. Panicked, Kristina called the one person she trusted outside her immediate family. The one man who had always looked out for her, even when their lives had taken different paths. Lucky Spencer. Lucky's return to chaos. Lucky, who had been back in town for only a few months, had sworn to stay away from the criminal underworld that had once consumed him. He had rebuilt his life, working security for a private firm and staying out of trouble. But when Kristina called him, her voice frantic and desperate, he didn't hesitate. He found her in an abandoned warehouse near the docks, Marcus Devlin's body sprawled on the cold concrete floor. The weight of what had happened hung heavy in the air. Kristina, shaken and horrified, barely managed to explain before breaking down. "You have to help me, Lucky. I didn't mean to." Lucky knew there was no easy way out of this. Calling the police would put Kristina at the mercy of the system, and with her family's notorious history, the odds weren't in her favor. He also knew that Sonny Corinthos, her father, would tear the town apart if he found out his daughter was in trouble. The safest thing to do, the only thing he could do, was to clean up the mess before anyone else found out. A risky cover-up. Together, they worked quickly. Lucky instructed Kristina to change her clothes while he wiped down anything that could trace her back to the scene. They moved Marcus's body, making it look like a robbery gone wrong at a shady gambling den on the outskirts of town. Lucky staged the crime scene carefully, ensuring that the narrative would match an escalating war between rival criminals. Kristina, though shaken, trusted Lucky completely. He had been a cop, had seen worse, and knew how to manipulate a crime scene to keep her safe. But as they covered their tracks, they failed to notice a silent witness hiding in the shadows. A low-level enforcer named Dax Miller, who had his own reasons for staying quiet. For now. The fallout begins. The next morning, news of Marcus Devlin's murder spread like wildfire. Jordan Ashford and Dante Falconeri took the case, noting the inconsistencies in the crime scene. Sonny, upon hearing Marcus was dead, began investigating on his own, unaware that his own daughter had been responsible. Meanwhile, Kristina struggled with the weight of what she had done. Even though it had been self-defense, the cover-up made it feel like murder. She began pulling away from her family and friends, and even from Blaze, who sensed something was terribly wrong. Lucky, trying to protect Kristina, found himself slipping back into old habits. The stress of lying, the paranoia of being caught, it all drove him to the edge. He started drinking again, his resolve breaking under the pressure. Elizabeth Weber, noticing his erratic behavior, grew concerned and confronted him, but Lucky couldn't tell her the truth. The blackmail threat. Just when Kristina thought she might be in the clear, she received an anonymous text. "I know what you did." Panic set in. She confided in Lucky, who suspected someone had seen them that night. His fears were confirmed when Dax Miller reached out with a demand. $500,000, or he'd go to the cops. Sonny, unaware of Kristina's involvement, put his people on high alert, vowing to find out who was behind the blackmail scheme. If he got too close to the truth, Lucky knew it would only make things worse. Desperate, Lucky and Kristina devised a plan to turn the tables on Dax. With Spinelli's help, they hacked into Dax's financial records, planting false evidence that tied him to Marcus's death. When the information reached the police, Dax was forced to go on the run, taking the truth with him. The emotional toll. Even though they had managed to cover up the crime, Kristina was far from okay. The guilt was eating her alive, and she struggled with the decision to confess. Lucky, too, was a mess, his own demons resurfacing in ways he hadn't expected. In a tearful confrontation, Kristina asked him, "Did we do the right thing?" Lucky, haunted by his own past, could only respond, "I don't know anymore." As Sonny's investigation continued and the police refused to drop the case, the secret threatened to unravel. Lucky and Kristina would have to decide. Keep running from the truth, or finally face the consequences of that fateful night. What happens next? With the walls closing in, will Kristina finally come clean? Will Lucky find a way to redeem himself, or will this crime drag them both down for good? And what happens when Sonny finally learns the truth? One thing is certain. This is just the beginning of a story that will leave Port Charles reeling. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.